It's been said that the battery of this cell phone will outlast most, but is that enough to compete in a crowded market? Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. For those who are returning, it's good to have you back. I'm Shababs, and in this video, we're gonna unbox and review the Honor Magic6 Lite. If this video becomes too long, we might have to make a second video, but below you'll find the links, or you can just click on the end screen at the end of the video. Before we continue, remember this is not only an unbox, but also a tutorial channel. What you might know, others might not know, so keep the comments polite so we can all benefit from each other. And without further ado, let's get started.
Let's go. Yo. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new...
What comes in the box? We have a protector, we have an extraction pin, a quick guide, a warranty certificate, a cable, that's a USB-A cable, USB-C cable, and then we have a charger. This is a 1.2 ampere charger. That's all that comes in the box. The Honor Magic Lite is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 processor. This model comes with a 256 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. This is more than enough RAM for most people, but if you need more still, you can choose to double that capacity in software using the Honor RAM Turbo feature. Besides, it also comes with a battery that can last for 2 days on one single charge. So it's a promising start, but competition is fierce at this price point. It's up against the likes of the Google Pixel 7a, Poco X5 Pro, Redmi 13 Pro 5G, and Samsung Galaxy A34. Starting and talking about the design and the build, the Honor Magic6 Lite looks and feels like a phone that should cost more than it does. The only real tell that this isn't a flagship is the use of a polycarbonate frame which has a polished and shiny appearance. It comes in 4 color options: the emerald green, titanium silver, sunrise orange or vegan leather, and midnight black. We have the emerald green. There is significant curvature to the left and right edges of the display, and this is mirrored on the rear panel. The curvy design gives the phone a streamlined look and makes it feel even slimmer in the end, and there's barely a camera bump to speak of, so it will slip in and out of your pocket with ease. Speaking of the cameras, they are positioned in Honor's signature ring-shaped array. This ring is quite large, taking up most of the upper portion of the phone, but as mentioned, it barely protrudes at all, so the phone won't rock about when placed screen up on a table. The phone also carries an IP53 rating for dust and water resistance, which doesn't mean it's fully waterproof, but it will handle a rain shower without trouble, and you can relax at the beach without worrying too much about the sand. And according to Honor, it's durable. It's effectively protected from all angles against drops of up to 1.5 meters, even though particularly I don't fancy dropping it on the floor myself, but yeah, that's nice to know. Another aspect is the screen. This is a highlight of this device. It's spacious at 6.78 inches, has a refresh rate of 120 Hz. Personally, I tend to prefer flat displays, but there's no denying that the curved edges look great on this handset. There is a similarity to iOS in the display as well. If we swipe from the right to the left, we have the quick settings bar and shortcuts to applications. If we swipe down from the top left, we have notifications. I like how this is handled because everything is more organized, and I haven't had any issues with notifications getting stuck or with ghost notifications. And finally, if we swipe down from the top right, we have the control center to access the quick settings bar and or other shortcuts. As per speakers, there's only a single speaker on this device, positioned at the bottom next to the USB-C port. This means that you don't get a stereo effect from your content. It's maybe the only bad thing, but despite that, it still sounds fairly decent. It's not the loudest that I've come across and begins to distort at maximum volume, but it sounds good enough for watching videos around the home. As per speakers, there's only a single speaker on this device, positioned at the bottom next to the USB-C port. This means that you don't get a stereo effect from your content. It's maybe the only bad thing, but despite that, it still sounds fairly decent. It's not the loudest that I've come across and begins to distort at maximum volume, but it sounds good enough for watching videos around the home. We're in YouTube. I'm gonna go to one of my videos just in case.
Nuestro televisor básico es un televisor inteligente. This board uses a removable cell battery that uses power only when you're using the delete button. In this case, it's direct. That's it.
So that's it. That's a little bit about the audio. There are 3 biometric security settings, which are mainly a fingerprint ID, face recognition, and a lock screen password. The in-display fingerprint scanner works pretty well, unlocking the phone quickly and reliably. You can use it to unlock the screen automatically, enter account numbers and passwords, or access private information such as the app lock. To enroll a fingerprint, go to Settings, then Biometrics and Password, then Fingerprint ID, and follow the instructions to set and enter the lock screen password. Touch New Fingerprint to begin enrolling your fingerprint. Place your fingertip on the fingerprint sensor. When you feel a vibration, lift your finger, then press again. Move your finger around to enroll different parts of it. When enrollment has been completed, touch OK. You can now place your finger on the fingerprint sensor to unlock the screen. To rename or delete a fingerprint, go to Settings, Biometric and Password, Fingerprint ID, and enter your lock screen password. In the fingerprint list section, touch an enrolled fingerprint to rename it or delete it. The other biometrics is the face recognition. Face recognition allows you to unlock your phone or access locked apps with your facial data. What makes this an excellent addition is it can easily identify faces or subjects from longer distances without any interruption. To enroll facial data, go to Settings, then Biometrics and Password, then you go to Face Recognition and enter your lock screen password. Touch Get Started and follow the on-screen instructions to enroll your facial data. I'm gonna compare face recognition in the Samsung and in the Magic Lite. First, I'm gonna have somebody sit here to see if it will detect the face. We can see nothing happens. Now I am going to sit here and let's see how fast the face recognition algorithm is. You can see it's pretty fast compared to the Samsung. As per the camera, you get an impressive main camera with a 108 megapixel resolution and a very decent 16 megapixel selfie snapper, but the other cameras are far less impressive. The 2 megapixel macro camera has just far too low resolution, and the 5 megapixel ultra wide is lacking in detail too. Back to the main camera, it's quite capable, especially when you're shooting in daylight. When aided by night mode, it will even hold its own after dark. The selfie camera is solid and it produces good quality as long as it's steady and not moving. When it comes to video shooting, the results are a little more disappointing. There's almost no image stabilization on the selfie camera, and it maxes out at 1080p and 30 fps. On the rear, you can shoot at up to 4K and 30 fps or 1080p at 60 fps, but neither of these options are very well stabilized either. It's only when you drop to 1080p at 30 fps and below that the proper digital stabilization kicks in. With a multi-video recording mode, you can switch between different camera combinations to make unique and fun videos. To make a multi-video, go to camera and select multi-video. Tap to start recording. During recording, tap or swipe up to enable the multi-video mode. Tap to take a picture of the current multi-video frame. Tap to pause recording or tap to end recording. You can select different multi-video modes to switch between camera combinations. We have front and rear. The front and rear camera feeds are displayed split screen in the viewfinder, allowing you to be in the same frame as the scene in front of you. Rear. Dual viewfinders can display both the panoramic view and the close-up view at the center of the panoramic view to catch both the whole scene and the details. Picture in picture. The front view is presented in a small floating window and the other view is displayed full screen as the background. The small window can be moved to any position and its size can be adjusted by pinching two fingers together or apart. Double tap on the small window to swap the positions on the front view and rear view. Finally, we have the front or rear view. Only the front view or the rear view is displayed in this case. Pinch two fingers together or apart or slide the zoom bar to zoom in or out. One thing in video mode, you can pinch two fingers together or apart on the rear camera window to zoom in or zoom out. Double tap on the screen to swap the positions of the front view or rear view. Also, during multi-video recording, only the front camera and the rear camera in the rear mode supports beauty. You can vary the speed of your videos. You can prolong important moments or speed up frames that don't need to be shown in detail to control the pace of the videos. To do this, go to camera and select multi-video. Tap to select the multi-video mode, then begin recording. During recording, tap and then select a different speed to record a variable speed video. Tap to stop recording. 0.5x speed or slow motion recording is only supported in the front or rear mode. Zooming, camera switching, or the multi-video modes are not supported during non-standard speed recording. There are other settings you might want to consider and we're going to look at them one by one. Another thing here is the display and brightness. If you come here, you can either change to light and you have your background all light, or you can just leave it in dark and then you can auto switch it. Screen refresh rate, you have refresh at up to 120 Hertz, standard refresh which is up to 60 Hertz, and high which is maximum 120. You might want to leave it in dynamic. Another thing I like about this cell phone, coming to home screen and style, is, well, you have all this lock screen, but this one always on display. You can get to choose any of this animated images, choose graffiti, artistic, analog, digital, whatever you want. Another thing you might want to look at are the accessibility features. Then you have multi-window, you have one-handed mode, and you have shortcuts and gestures. Let's look at that. You have quick launch, screenshot or global favorites, record screen, where you just knock twice on the screen with 2 knuckles, and that's it. For record screen, just with 2 knuckles, it starts recording. And then wake screen, raise the phone or tap twice on the screen. So raise to wake or double tap to wake. Mute ringtone or raise to reduce volume. Quick launch, when the device is screen off, locked and not playing audio, double tapping on this volume down button will activate its specified function. As per battery life and charging, the Honor Magic6 Lite has a relatively large 5800 mAh battery pack, which Honor claims is enough for 2 full days of use on one single charge, which is also a positive. When it's time to charge, the Magic6 Lite can do so at up to 35 watts at 3 amps. Some versions come with an adapter and others don't, and you'll need to buy your own adapter. The phone does definitely comes packed with a USB-A to USB-C cable, which is kind of slow and thus a negative. It would have been nice to see some faster charging speeds supported. Talking about the software and apps, the phone runs Magic OS 7.2 based on Android 13, which is easy to adapt to. This is coming from someone who's used to Android. There are boatloads of customization options available in the skin, so if you don't like the way it looks and feels, by default, it's easy enough to change to what you prefer. There are some bloatware pre-installed, including a recommended apps folder and some random additions like TikTok, Netflix, and Booking.com. Thankfully, it can all be removed in a matter of minutes. Talking about competitors of the cell phone in price, in availability, etc. A key competitor at this price is the Google Pixel 7a. With the Google device, you'd be taking a step down to just 128 gigs of storage and a 90 Hz refresh rate. But there's a good chance you'll be more impressed with your photos. Another device worth considering is the Poco X5 Pro, which offers better gaming performance, a similar camera setup, and a comparable display for around the same price. And finally, you might also want to consider the Samsung Galaxy A34. Now the final question is, should you buy the Honor Magic6 Lite? Well, we've come to the end of the video on the Honor Magic6 Lite with very good feelings. It's not a mobile phone that stands out in its specifications, but what it does have is a good balance. The performance is very good, the system is fast, and it has a spectacular screen to view content. Autonomy is one of the strongest points of this device with a 5800 mAh battery, and it would have been nice to see some faster charging support as well as a design that stands out in the overall picture, not so much for its materials, but for the design and the finish. I wasn't overly impressed with the camera system though, but the 108 megapixel main camera is capable of some good results, as is the selfie camera. But if you're planning on shooting a lot of videos, this might not be for you. The main camera does a very good job when the conditions are right, although the wide angle and the macro are not outstanding. Overall, the Honor Magic6 Lite is a solid phone for the price. It just doesn't do a lot to stand out from the crowd, but it delivers enough to be well worth its asking price. I appreciate your time watching this video. Let me know what you think about the Honor Magic6 Lite, and if you have any questions or if you already have any experiences you would like to share, please leave them down below in the comment section. If you like the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to receive a notification every time we upload new videos. Thank you for watching, and as always, catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.